Greetings. We're back here in the lab. We're in the lab. And let you all know tonight, Mr. President is not going to be the producer tonight. Tonight, our producer is Ms. Giovanna Rogers. Yes, Giovanna Rogers, who cuts me off. And that's why, again, we have a problem. But guess what? We have a special guest. As I said, all our guests are always special. Tonight, we have with us this evening, rather, we have with us. We have Mr. Davis Green, who is a scholar at Georgia Southern University and currently serves as the Executive Vice President of the Student Government Association at Georgia Southern University. And Mr. Green, we're happy to be here, have you on our show. Ron, tell that. Again, we said everyone share. There's some wonderful things that happen. Mr. Green, the question I always throw out to folks is this: Who are you? Who are you, Davis Green?
So my name is Davis Green, and as you mentioned, I am a student at the Georgia Southern University in Statesboro, Georgia. I am a senior there. I am majoring in criminal justice, and I will be graduating in May of 2023. I was born and raised here in Augusta, Georgia. I am the product of the Richmond County school system, and I am also a candidate in the upcoming December 20th special election for Georgia House of Representatives District 129 here in Richmond County.
We're gonna get into that, Mr. Davis Green. We're gonna get in that. Okay, we're gonna get in that. So again, and I'll show like everyone know Ron Tell that is a chill show, relax show. So Mr. Davis Green, we gotta do this right here. We gotta say, who your people, who your people. And when we say who your people, we talking from that black perspective, who your people. When we say who your people, we like who your family, Mr. Davis Green.
So my family is obviously my dad, my mom, my grandmother, other extended family. So yeah.
What's their names? That's what the people want to know. The people out there, they want to know. Because they might know your people, Mr. Davis Green. That we want to know. Yeah.
So my dad's name is Stevie Green. And my mom's name is Terry Green, and my grandmother is Vera Davis, and my sister is Stevie Green, and yeah.
Everyone checking out this show, you all better understand. I'm gonna let y'all know Davis Green is not mild-mannered like this. How he trying to project right now. That's not Davis Green. But we're gonna roll with. He's not trying to be all nice right now because you got Giovanna Rogers, our producer. Tonight. So, and just like Giovanna Rogers is gonna say, it's not just Statesboro, you Executive Vice President for SGA, but Statesboro and the Armstrong campus here in Savannah. But now we throw this out to you, Davis Green. Who inspires you, or who has inspired you, or what inspires you?
So I wouldn't necessarily say that there was a particular person that has inspired me. There are several people who have inspired me. One of the things that inspires me the most is, my mom and my dad telling me that I will succeed. And that makes all the difference for me. Because having people that you love and that love you and that that they will always be there to support you, having them give you like encouraging words and uplifting affirmations, it will carry you a long way into accomplishing your goals and your dreams.
All right, yes, indeed. So before we get into the meat and potatoes of all this with regards to you and what your plans are, so what song inspires you? What song give you that What song or songs? It could be a song or songs that give you that that when you hear it, it's like whoo! It give you that jolt. It give you that jolt. Just like I get that jolt from Giovanna Rogers. Like yeah, okay.
So really, my favorite song. That's kind of hard. That's very hard for sure. I would say that the song that I personally inspires me is the song "The Man in the Mirror," making a change. You have to look at yourself first inside before you can start trying to change the world. So I think that has impacted me in why I feel like I am the one to make the difference in our society, because I look at myself first, and then I say, hey, I'm because of myself, I'm able to make a difference for others and make a difference for those who don't have a voice, that can't help themselves.
Absolutely. And Dr. Robert Bryant just went and said, GSU fams, is Dr. Robert Bryant, as you all know, is an alumnus of Georgia, they say the Georgia Southern University. So yes. So Davis Green, there's something happening. You made an announcement last week. You are going to do what? Because I'd say this, you are in college. You're about to graduate, and you now, I want the audience out there to now who's checking out Run Tell That. We say share, share, share. Debbie Walker Williams, that again, you since you from Augusta, you brag about Augusta all the time. That's what needs to be happening right now. So you need to be making sure that I want Davis Green. Put it out there. What you about to do, Davis Green? What's going on, Davis Green?
So I am seeking election to the Georgia State House of Representatives for District 129, which encompasses most of Richmond County. Um, the seat became vacant due to the passing of our former representative, Representative Wayne Howard. And so there will be a special election in December 20th, to fill that unexpired term, since he was running unopposed on the ticket. So therefore, there was a special election that needed to be necessitated. So I am seeking that position in the Georgia State Legislature to represent District 129 here in Augusta, Richmond County.
And we're saying to the people out there in the Run Tell That audience, those of you who know people in Augusta, Georgia, let them know what's going on. Let them understand what's happening. That you now have this college, soon to be college graduate, who has now thrown their hat into the political ring to now make that move. And so that's why I'm gonna throw that out to you, Davis Green. Why would you do that when you're about to graduate from college? You still got a half of a year still to go. Why would you do that? What prompted you to do that? As I say, Davis Green frozen. All right, let's see. Buffering a little bit, but yes, that's when he comes back on. That's what we want to know. Why would again this young man who was in college, who again executive vice president, so Mr. Green. So question posed to you is this: you're in college. You got half a year about to go. You got the semester about to end, and you got the other half of the semester about to start. Why would you go and just give up your college career like that to decide to run for office? What prompted you to do something like that?
Really, what made me decide that I wanted to seek this new venture is because I wanted to help, and I wanted to make a difference for the community that I was born and raised in. Um, we always hear it a lot from people that say that if you want to be the change, if you want to see change in the world, you need to be the change that you want to see. And so, because I was thinking about running for this seat forever, one day, it was just unfortunate that this opportunity came open in this circumstance, that allowed for me to, run this time. But really, it was the fact that, we we need change in Augusta. We have been on the same old path for years. Um, he held the seat for 15 years. Prior to that, his dad held the seat, and so we, from my standpoint, is that maybe this is time for change. Maybe this is time for me to step up, because you know, I couldn't sit back as a young person living in this district and just sit there and just go along with the programs and vote for whoever, you know, his brother, my who is my chief opponent, and whoever else that might run against the brother. I couldn't just sit there and just, vote for that when I know that there's an opportunity to make exceptional change. So when I looked at it, I said to myself, I can be the one that can offer a new perspective, that can offer the voters of Richmond County, a different perspective, a different voice in their government, and just really give them a choice, which is something that they haven't had in the past 40 something years. It has always been the same family name that has been holding on to this seat for the past something years, and nobody has ran against him. So I felt like it's time. It's time for real results to happen. It's time to have somebody like me who cares about the community, who will stand up and speak what's on their mind, regardless of how bad it might be to some other people. They're going to step up and they're going to say, they're not going to sugarcoat what they believe just because it makes someone else uncomfortable. There's a lot of that going on in our government right now, which is why a lot of things aren't getting done, because they don't have a lot of people like myself who actually stand up and challenge the status quo and challenge what's going on and ask questions, ask difficult questions. Why is this happening? Why is that happening? So that's part of my real reason why I decided to seek election, because for this seat, and give up half of my college career, because I really desperately feel strongly about my community. And I feel like this is the best way that I can, with the skills, the knowledge, and everything that I have, to give back to the community that has given so much to me.
Okay. All right. So Davis Green, you're not scared. You're not scared, David. You're not. You mean to say you're not scared that you now about you? You're stepping out. You're stepping out right now. You're stepping out. You're young. What do you know about all this right here, Davis Green? What do you know about it?
Well, thank you for that question. I've been having a lot of people ask me if I'm scared, and the truth is, I'm not scared. Um, I am running because I'm trying to do what is best for my community. Um, in my opinion, being scared is standing on the
Mm,
sidelines and not
mm,
running because you say, "Oh, his brother's
mm,
running, so
mm,
I'm not gonna challenge him because they're just gonna give it to him because of a sympathy vote, or that was the family name." That to me is what somebody who is actually scared will do.
mm,
I'm not scared. I'm embracing the fact that I'm young in this race. I'm embracing that, because there is a lot of history that will happen if I win this race. I will be the youngest sitting lawmaker in the Georgia House of Representatives when the legislature convenes in January, as well as one of the youngest elected officials in our city's history, I should say. So, you know, I'm of the thing of, you keep your eyes on the prize, and the prize is that I will be elected on December the 20th, and I will represent District 129, Augusta Richmond County, in the Georgia House of Representatives. So the other things that might come my way from either my opponent, from the media, from my opponent's supporters, that doesn't deter me. That doesn't scare me. I'm going to continue thinking about this community, and I'm going to continue putting this community first. And I'm going to continue to run my race, run on what I believe is right. And at the end of the day, like I said before, it's up to the voters of Augusta Richmond County District 129 to decide. So if they decide that Davis Green is the one, then Davis Green is the one. But other than that, I can't be afraid. I just have to do what I'm doing, and let the chips fall where they may, because all I can do is offer the people a choice, have substantive ideas, goals, agenda that I want to get accomplished, in Atlanta. So as far as being scared because I'm young, they might say I'm inexperienced or whatever like that. Yeah, I'm inexperienced in terms of political sense, but I have a lot of experience in other things that people don't know of. So I'm always of the opinion that you can make a difference silently. Not everything has to always be, out there. So, like I said, to answer your question, I'm not really scared at all.
all right. Yes, you all heard it. You've heard it. So we're gonna be going to a commercial soon, but I just want to ask this question. For you to run for office, you gotta have money. You gotta have money. for you to run for office. So are you independently wealthy? Are you independently wealthy? Do you have money?
So I am not independently wealthy. I have two parents who are everyday middle class people who get up and they go to work and they work and they make money to bring to support our family. So my campaign is really a grassroots campaign. And I believe that, yeah, they might tell you money is everything, money buys elections and all that sort of thing. And that's true to a certain degree. However, um, getting out there and actually connecting with real voters, connecting with people who are affected every single day by the decisions that are being made up there in Atlanta. I think that is the most priceless thing that you can do when you're running for office. So, in terms of money, I'm not really concerned about the money aspect. I have several people that are offering to donate to my campaign, businesses, church members, things like that. So, a financial I have a financial, helping, backing. Don't get me wrong about that. But in terms of worrying about the fact that, oh, I don't have a lot of money, I'm not really worried about that because my opponent is not independently wealthy. My opponent is a pastor. My opponent is a retired pastor at that. So basically both of us we're on really the same wavelength when it comes to economics. I just happen to be a college student who is not retired, so I don't get a pension every month. But other than that, I don't really worry about that. I really worry about getting out there, putting my ideas out there, connecting with the voters, connecting with all people, rich, poor, and indifferent, connecting with all of them, letting them know who Davis Green is and what Davis Green stands for and what Davis Green can bring to District 129.
Okay. So again, this is Davis Green, who is running for 129th district in Augusta, Richmond County, Georgia area. And so if somebody wants to support you, what is your website? What's contact information for those who are checking out the show right now?
So right now I'm working on my website right now. I'm working on I just actually give me a few days to complete my getting my bank account open for my campaign. Because obviously there's a lot that goes into getting that open. You can't commingle funds. But right now, if you have an Instagram, you can follow green underscore for 129. That is my campaign Instagram account.
All right.
And I will be posting there. And on Facebook, my name is Davis Green on Facebook, and you'll see a picture of me. And then you can connect with me there. So those are two platforms that you can connect with me on.
All right, great. We're going to go to a commercial and come back and have a conversation, continue with regard to Davis Green running for 129th in the Augusta, Richmond County, Georgia area. And stay tuned. Join the effort with regard to new voices, new blood in politics. And we are back, Ron Telvat, Jamal Toure, and we have a special guest, Mr. Davis Green, a scholar at Georgia Southern University, who is now throwing his hat into the political ring. And so we have producing tonight, not the president of ATR, Our Black Media, but we have Ms. Giovanna Rogers. Yes, she's here, and who often, as you all know, Ron Teller, she cuts me off all the time. She cuts me off, or she mutes my mic. Yeah, that's what's going on tonight. And so, Davis Green, I'll throw this out there to you. What do you think you can do? Because voting doesn't matter, Davis Green. Voting does, we can put you in the office, but what do you think you can do? You can't do anything. It's not helped us so far. So why you think that you can be special to bring about change, to make things better for the lives of Georgians?
Well, I don't really think that I can be special in that regard. But what I can tell you is, we live in a very divisive time right now in terms of politics. As you know, we are, heading into the elections. We are in the elections, I should say. And so, with the whole redistricting structure for the Georgia General Assembly, there might likely be an opportunity for the Democratic Party to get control of both the House and the Senate here in Georgia. And I will be fortunate enough to be joining a majority. But what I think is that even regardless of that, I think me as a young person, I can bring the perspective of being able to easily work across the aisle and be open to other people and their ideas instead of just being set in my ways. And what I mean by that is, being up there listening to Republican lawmakers and hearing what they have to say. It doesn't necessarily mean that I am going to agree with everything that they say or agree with them. But if you just sit there and you're closed-minded and you don't have an open mind, then you will never be able to be effective for the citizens of Georgia. So my plan is to be up there building coalitions with everyone so I can do a good job for not only just the state, but also for my district as well. So, you know, being closed-minded, I think, is the worst thing that I can do if I really want to be of service. And I see a lot of closed-minded people that are in our government, in our politics. And so we just need somebody who's not closed-minded. We need somebody who can work with the other side, regardless if you agree with them or disagree with them. We can all agree without being disagreeable. So that's just my take on that.
Okay. All right. Good point. So, what are the boundaries of this district that's in Augusta, Georgia? And I got to Drexel Clark. We want you to let your people know in Augusta they need to support Davis Green, Drexel Clark. You and Debbie, y'all like to talk about y'all schools. Kenneth Dandy also. We want you all to put out there, support Davis Green. Y'all to brag about your high schools there. That we're going to get in that at the very end of the program with regard to Davis Green about that. But then again, what is the boundaries of the district?
So the boundaries here in Augusta, Richmond County is very unique in terms of the boundaries, obviously because of redistricting. So 129, District 129 was formerly 125. 125 does not exist anymore in terms of the Richmond County area. It is now shifted to Columbia County House District. So Representative Jody Lott now represents 125 in the Georgia General Assembly. But my boundaries include all of the inner city area of Augusta, Richmond County, from the historic Laney Walker District to the downtown Riverwalk, all, Deansbridge Road area, if you guys are from Augusta, and it stops all the way near the border of Hepzibah. And it also makes its way up to Furious Ferry Road, Washington Road, all the way, to the border of Columbia County. So the district, this new district is very big. It also encompasses all of the mall areas. So, you guys frequent the Augusta Mall a lot. The Augusta Mall is in my district under this new plan. So that's basically all the boundaries of my district. Even when you come in from when you come into Augusta from South Carolina, I-20, parts of I-20 runs through my district. So I have all of that area. So it's not just the inner city parts anymore of my district now. My district has become um, increasingly diverse. I got AU in my district, Augusta University. All those families. There's about 6 schools in my district. There are a lot of churches in my district, including my own. So District 129 has a lot of growth. It has a lot of diversity. It has a lot of different people: white people, black people, Hispanic people. Um, you know, that sort of thing. So that encompasses the boundaries of my district.
Okay. Excuse me. Okay. And so again, we said to everyone out there, share, share, share. Davis Green, again, a scholar at Georgia Southern University, the Georgia Southern University, who's now running for district representative for the state house, 129. And so, Davis Green, what do you want people to do with regard to getting your message out? What do you want the people to do? To say someone looking at the show, what would you like for them to do?
Well, I've had um several videos, and I have some like a post that I had put on Facebook. Like I said, go onto Facebook and follow Davis Green, and then that's me, and then you'll see my posts that I've been making for um, this campaign. So just share with every single person that you know if you live in Augusta District 129, because we need change here in Augusta. It sickened me to see how our community, with all the crime that's going on, with all of the murders. I'm a young black man, and it's crazy that you can wake up every single morning and you hear about another young black man that's your same age being killed, and not given the opportunity to live in this city and get older and start their own family, start their own lives. And then on the other end of that, the offender, their lives are over because they go to prison for the rest of their life. So I want to try to do something in the legislature to try to, stop that issue, stop that problem, and not just, strengthening penalties, which contributes to more arrest and all of that sort of thing, but also trying to, get more resources for our officers. Um, as you know, here in Augusta, we have flock cameras, um, which are located throughout the whole city, which was a push by our commission to reduce the crime rates here in Augusta. So I want to try to find innovative ways that we can reduce our crime rate and hopefully help our law enforcement folks out, because they are desperately, undercompensated, and they're overrun right now. The second thing is economic development in Augusta. In my part of town, we don't have a lot of anything. We have to literally travel to the other parts of my district or other parts of the city that's not even located in my district to get some of the same goods and services that we should have in our district. But again, the crime rates is affecting that economic development. So if you get crime under control, then people will be more apt to move into the area of the district and set up shop there, and then you can bring economic development. That's one of the other things. Then my third thing in my campaign is doing more with our educational system, and not just post-secondary education system. I'm talking about getting to the young people. Georgia, we have a high dropout rate. People dropping out of school. Right here in Richmond County, we have a lot of individuals dropping out of school, not getting their high school diploma. So I want to figure out what we can do to get those types of issues resolved. I'm just gonna be Davis if I go up to the legislature. I'm not gonna try to be anybody
Yes,
else.
yes,
I'm not gonna
yes.
try to be anybody else but Davis. I'm not. I don't have an agenda, like a agenda. I just want to do right by the people of my district. So those are the issues that I really care most about: is our crime rates, economic development, our educational system.
Okay. All right. Yes, indeed. We say share, share, share. We have one of our own who's not making a foray into politics and now to become a leader. And this young man, I've been impressed with him from the moment I met him because in classes he gave his perspective and he he did not shy away, and I respect that highly of him. Unlike many other people, they shy or they're demure, they're quiet. Instead, he was putting it out there and letting his perspective be known and was not afraid with regards to that's why I say that this is the type of state representative we need to have with regards to our people out there doing things. And so with regards to that is excellent. So again, I give you kudos, David Green, with regard to work that you're doing. And so now we come to this also. We hear you talk about the advancements, and so just a thought. This is just a thought. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. The concept. Um, does it seem somewhat awkward that you have people who are politicians who are not matching, let's say, the age and the demographics of the people that that they're representing? And when I'm saying that, I'm saying that we're looking at here go younger people trying to make the foray into politics, but sometimes they get stymied with regards to that. And do you hear voices from other people with regard to that concern that you have somebody who not might be representing people in the district and they are 79 years old, 80 years old. You know that again, they're not connected to their constituents. What have you heard? What are your thoughts with regards to that?
Well, like with myself, I'm running against somebody who is a lot older than me, about 50 years older than me. So it's gonna be challenging, and I'm ready for the fight. I've had a lot of people that have came up to me and they were like, "Thank you, young man. Thank you for giving us a choice.
Mm,
Thank you for putting yourself out there. We need fresh faces. We need fresh ideas for the city of Augusta. We're tired of having the same old." And I really feel that in my heart that Augusta is desperately ready for a change. I
okay.
mean, people might not think like there might be a lot of people. There is a lot of people that are trying to tell me, well, he has his family name, and he's been this. He has a TV station in the city. He's all this and that. But like I said, I have done stuff in this community too. I've been active in this community for a long time. And just because I'm not on a major TV station in the community, just because I'm not out
Mm,
broadcasting it every single day,
okay.
or
Okay.
I'm not on the news every single day, does not mean that I'm not making a difference. Because
Okay.
you can make a difference silently.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. You can make, as long as you go forward, something can occur that's positive, beneficial to us all collectively. So again, as we have mad respect for you with regards to that, Davis Green. And we'll say again, put out to the folks your social media handles so people can contact you, those who want to support you, and then eventually when you not have the financial components in place, they can have that information so they can then support you financially. So what's your social media handles? What is them? Mr. Green, are you frozen? I'm thinking that he is frozen. But again, when he comes back on, when he's unfrozen, what will happen? We want him to be able to provide you all with. All right, Mr. Green. Question posed to you is: what are your social media handles so that way the audience members, when they secure that, they not friend you, that when you not have your financial component set up, that they can then go ahead and support you financially. Because we know you got to have what is called the mother's milk of politics, which is money. That plays a role. Again, you run a grassroots campaign, so some other things come into
Mhm.
play that will help out, and that's called money. Something that can come into play. So what are your other social media I mean, give your social media handles again so folks out there looking at the show can be abreast of what's
So
going on.
so I don't know if anybody is looking at the chats, but I've put it in the chat. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, again, my Instagram, that's my campaign Instagram account. Um, as well as on Facebook. Like I said, if you type Davis Green in, you will find me. I look a little bit younger in the picture, but I didn't change that much. Like I said, when I get the financial up and running with my bank account that's separate from my personal, I will let Mr. Torre know, and then he can start distributing that information out.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So, Davis Green, again, we shared you are a college student about to graduate in May. How are you going to be able to do college if you're at the State House, say from January until March, the end of March?
So I will be transitioning all of my classes to online. Either that, or I will be receiving all of my work from my professors, because there is a University System of Georgia policy that says that if a member, if a student is conducting any sorts of state business, whether that be jury duty, university functions, or any governmental affairs, like serving in the legislature, which is what I would be doing, then they will be excused from their classes, and all of their assignments can be given to them, by virtual means by the professor. So I would still be doing my college responsibilities while at the same time doing my legislative responsibilities as well.
And you're vice president of student government. Excuse me. Will you be able to still be vice president of student government if you are now a state representative?
So from what I've heard is that technically, yes. I would just, be doing a lot of things virtually. And, a lot of things I won't be, visible, but I'll be doing a lot of things virtually. But if I win, I probably will make the decision of what I would do next. And I wouldn't try to do virtually, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's you have that.
Okay. So now we're about to go to a commercial. We'll come back. Again, we're having a conversation with Mr. Davis Green. And so with regards to, about, I'm being told right now by our producer, Giovanna Rogers, that we still have a minute, but by the time it's just a couple of seconds. So you can go ahead and do the commercial, Ms. Rogers. But see, that's why we had Mr. Julius Hall, who called me, because I told him he needed to get with Davis Green about this movement that he's now about to start. He's starting a movement right now of young people being energized and now realize that they can run for office and should run for office. So that's why we're excited about that. We are glad about that. And we are applauding that, because again, this is what is needed. And it's not that.
Can I make a statement?
Yes, sir.
If I may. So for all of you guys out there that's from Augusta, including you, Mr. T, although you're not from Augusta, this upcoming Saturday, I will be having my official campaign launch and meet the candidate event in Augusta at 1930 Olive Road at 12 p.m. And so I would encourage all of you guys to come out there and, come out and hear me and talk to me. Hear what I have to say about my platform. Ask me questions. I would be more than happy to answer your questions. Because I'm a very approachable guy. So I will want to hear your questions, your comments, your concerns. Even if you don't live in HD 129, you just want to come just to support me, I would be very happy for you all to do that.
And that's again, Debbie Walker Williams, Drexel Scott, Kenneth Dandy. We're going to be sending this to you all because we want you all to make sure people are supporting one of our own. And so we now go to commercial that again, and we'll be coming back, continue our conversation with Davis Green, running for the 129th in the Augusta, Richmond County, Georgia area. We are back. I guess there may be some connection issue with regards to Mr. Davis Green. Mr. Davis Green is from Augusta, Georgia, and he is running for the 129th. And we're back to Mr. Davis Green. We need to unmute him, Ms. Producer or Mr. Green. All right, again, glad to have you back again on here. And now let people understand that there's a generation who's not coming who understand they have a right and they have a position to sit at. They should have a position at the table. They're not begging for it. They are demanding that they have a seat at the table because they are responsible for our present and our future. Again, not our past solely, but they are responsible for our present and our future. They're responsible for what happens today that will become yesterday, that will become also our future, our tomorrow. So again, we are here. We are seeking to make sure that we have wonderful people, great people who are now qualified to be in these positions. So Davis Green, again, let the people know who may have just been tuning in to run tell that what is the position you're running for and why are you qualified for that position?
So I'm running for Georgia House of Representatives District 129 out of Augusta, Richmond County. What makes me uniquely qualified for this position is the fact that I am not a career politician. I am a college student, and a college student that is just desperately concerned about the direction of their community. A college student who really wants to make change in the community that he grew up in. So when people ask me what qualifies me to hold office as a state representative from the 129th, me being Davis alone qualifies me to be the representative from the 129th because I can bring a unique perspective just by being myself.
Yes, 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 absolutely. That's excellent. So again, we are saying we are many of us sit out here and we talk about that. We want younger people involved in this political system that we have in our governments. And so, but then sometimes we will not allow them to now go to the front. We stop them from, moving forward with regards to we didn't tell them they must wait their turn. It is no longer about waiting their turn. We need to have the best people in these positions all the time. It's not about them waiting. They need to be there right now. If they have the skill set, they have the abilities, they need to be in those positions right now. And that's what's happening in Augusta, Georgia. Augusta is now helping with regard to a roadmap for the rest of us also to look at and see. We need to have younger people who are invigorated, who got the insight, and Davis Green has the insight to now represent and lead us to creating a new Georgia, a truly new Georgia. And that's what, so you have a new Georgia, you have a new entire new country. And so, Mr. Green, well, again, I share with you that we are happy to have you here. We're honored to have you here. But I gotta say this to you, that we see people getting these positions and then they turn around and they forget about us. They don't come back to us until 2 years later. Are you saying to those people who are looking at this show right now that we can hold on to this tape with the glasses when it's on YouTube and on Roku television, that you will not forget about us? So what's your thoughts on that, Mr. Green?
That's very true, Mr. T. A lot of people do get positions and they forget about us. I'm concerned that, my opponent, that he would do the same thing, like he would be up there in Atlanta, not really representing me in my interests. What I can tell the citizens of the 129th district is that I will not forget about you. I will not turn my back and forget about the people that helped me get in, because as fast as I get in, as fast as I can be put out. So with that said, I will always be responsive to my community, whether that is trying regularly to check my house government email to see what is coming on the docket from constituents, whether that is, reaching out, holding like town halls somewhere if I can, like trying to.
Yes.
But I'm gonna be reaching out to people, to my constituents to hear their concerns, Because I have felt forever that my representatives in Atlanta have forgotten about me, and they're
Okay.
not up there
Okay.
representing me. They've forgotten about them. They're up there representing themselves.
Hmm. Right. Okay. Absolutely. And that's why change is needed. We need change right now. We need the most qualified people in these positions, not based on family, not based on friends, not based on church members, not based on association members, not based on people we went to school with. That's not what it's about. It's about us having the best qualified folks. And then we hold them accountable, because even once you elect the person to office, you must hold them accountable. And so, David Green, do you have an issue with the constituents that for the 129th to hold you accountable?
No, I do not have an issue with the constituents of 129 holding me accountable, because that's what you're supposed to do for your elected officials. You're supposed to hold them accountable. Like I said in a previous segment, I am very approachable. I'm a very approachable individual, and I will be delighted to have any conversation with anyone. Um, you know, like I said, although I'm an elected official, I will be an elected official. I'm also a human being. So, if unless it's not, threats or,
Hmm.
physical,
Right.
attacks, I'm more than happy for you to tell me what is on your mind, because
Hmm.
at the end of the day, I do work for the citizens of 129. I don't work for anybody else but them.
Hmm. Okay.
So that's my thing. I wouldn't have a problem with that. Please be real with me. I want you to be, because if you don't be real with me about issues, that I won't have anything that I can do in Atlanta that can affect you here locally. So I want to hear those issues. I want to hear those concerns, so I can take it up there and make laws that can be able to rectify that situation, that concern, whatever you might have.
Hmm. Yes. Yes. And you brought up something that I'll go and throw it out there. Since you're not independently wealthy and you gotta have money and you go up to the state, it's not a lot of pay per se. So would you get influenced by those who have money, because your supporters who have the money when they come make contributions to you, and then also any lobbyists? Or would you? How would you deal with and handle that, Mr. Green?
So obviously, um, no, you can sit back in hindsight and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But until you're actually placed in the situation, you don't really, honestly, really know what you're going to do when situations like that, arise. But what I can tell you is that, like I said, regardless, I will stick firmly for what I believe in and for what I believe is right. And I will let my belief, my moral compass be the guide in every decision that I make. Um, if it's wrong, like
Okay.
morally wrong, I will not hesitate to stand up against it and not go along with the programs just because I am intimidated or afraid of lobbyists, of donors, of all those sorts of things. Um,
Okay. So, Mr. Green, this is a question that is a serious question. This is the question that we generally ask at the tail end of our conversation. And I always tell people, I say, I want you to get it right. I want you to get it right, Mr. Green. I want you to get it. I want everyone, whenever I ask them the question, I want you to get it right. And so I'm going to ask it. So now, because it's you, I got to expand it. And so that is all good. Mr. Green, what is the best high school in the state of Georgia, Mr. Green? And please get it right. Please get it right, Mr. Green. Please
The best high school in the state of Georgia is my high school here in Augusta, and that's the Richmond County Technical Career Magnet School, the home of the Tigers. That is the best high school in the state of Georgia, by far. I'm sorry, you told me to keep it honest. You told me to be realistic. So, I have to be honest. I have to be transparent. That's what the voters. That's what the voters want.
He throws up transparency. You have to be honest. That's what the voters want. Boy, oh boy. I'm gonna leave that alone on that. I'm gonna say that for another day. Whoa. This has been Davis Green with us on Run Tell That. We say share. Davis Green is running for office for the State House 129th in the Augusta, Richmond County area. So, Mr. Green, we're going to let you close us out with the last words that you want to give to the folks who's checking out the show. And again, we say to all of you, share. Glad to have you all checking us out. Reverend Betty Jones and all the others. Yes, indeed.
So my closing statements would be, guys, if you live in the 129th, if you live in the city of Augusta, please tell your people to get out and vote on December 20th for Davis Green, because we need a change. We need to grow Augusta together. Over the past few years, we have not seen Augusta grown from where it currently is. We need some new blood. We need fresh ideas, a fresh face, somebody that is not, bought and paid for, somebody who actually will be listening to the constituents. Also, like I said, my social media accounts, you can follow me on Facebook, and then you can follow me at Green _for129 on Instagram. And then, like I said, when my campaign account gets up, I will give my banking information, if you will, to Mr. T, my Cash App, and then I would, he would distribute that out to you guys. Saturday, if you're in Augusta, or if you can make your way to Augusta, I would love to have you at 12 p.m. at 1930 Olive Road in the beautiful city of Augusta. That is where I will be having Meet the Candidate and my official campaign launch. But I am really hoping that I can represent you all come January 9th in the Georgia House of Representatives. So thank you so much.
Excellent. And again, that time, the people need to be there on Olive Road in Augusta?
At 12 p.m.
12 p.m. All right. So Drexel, Ken, Debbie, we want y'all to be out there supporting our people. Support him with regards to this 12 p.m. And so, again, this has been Run Tell That. Glad to have on one of our special people, somebody we have mad respect and love for, Mr. Davis Green. Just let y'all know, he plans on becoming a state trooper also. And he was going to try to give me citations. That's why I need him to run for office and to win, so I don't have to worry about him trying to give me tickets. So other things like that. So yes, Davis Green, we're proud of you. Glad we said everyone support him in this effort, because again, bringing new blood, new faces, fresh faces to what is going on right here. And it's been Run Tell That. We'll see you all next week. Glad that y'all support us and support Davis Green also. Peace and blessings.
Thank y'all.
like this. I like this.